from an NFL stadium that hosted NFL football on and off from 1966 until 2019. We are glad to be back under the lights at the Coliseum in Oakland. Tonight we are all set to witness what should be a good one. It's a battle of eras, if you will. Today's NFL superstars set to face the best of the best, the Madden legends. So this should be a real treat as the two teams exit their locker rooms. Coach Madden going to have his imprint all over this one. He'll be patrolling both sidelines, trying to will each of these teams to a victory. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, and there he is, the great Pat Summerall, set to do the honors. This should be a fun one. Underway here in Oakland. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out come the NFL superstars, and it is Josh Allen who leads him out at quarterback, the MVP of the National Football League in 2024. You know, Coach Madden always admired those field generals who could really do it all, and there might not be a more unstoppable quarterback in the league today, the number 17 of the Bills. Into the air right away is Allen. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I'm sure after he called the ball and looked up, he thought to himself, uh-oh, trying to find some space, trying to make people miss. But a swarm of defenders were there, and they dropped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Throw left side, complete to Chase. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. Down, but he does have first down yardage. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And I believe the Legends got it. They did.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. The Legends set to go to work. It is Peyton Manning who leads him out at quarterback. Peyton spent 14 years as a Colt, 4 more as a Bronco. And the numbers, they speak for themselves. 14 times a Pro Bowler, better than 71,000 passing yards, 539 touchdown passes, and, of course, twice a Super Bowl champion. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's the Hall of Famer, LaDainian Tomlinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Manning going to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Manning. That's laid out deep for Rice. 10.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
This offense headed back out, and as they do, we want to take a moment and say happy Thanksgiving to all of you from all of us at EA Sports. This, of course, a fitting day to stage a game like this with so many players that had such an impact and meant so much to Coach Madden through the years. So as the John Madden Thanksgiving celebration is happening in Detroit and Dallas and Baltimore today, we are thrilled to be able to bring you this one here at his old stomping grounds in Oakland. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A gain of 13 yards. Result is a first down.
First play of the drive. Excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Great effort by Ted Hendricks defensively.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Allen. Middle of the field to Jefferson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Legends head back out, and with him the great Jerry Rice, who of course had his biggest years across the bay from here in San Francisco in the 80s and 90s. Rice was always one of the hardest workers out there, a real tactician at the wide receiver position. 2 qualities that Coach Madden always admired. Here's what Coach Madden had to say about all the things number 80 could do to beat you.
With Jerry Rice, you have to move him around. You can play him at flanker, you can play him at F, you can play him in the slot, you can even sneak him in the backfield once in a while.
Chris Jones on the stop.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They go again with Austin. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Manning now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fitzgerald. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are through one. So happy to have you along. It's football, it's Oakland, and it's only on EA Sports. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The offense already on the field here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it 2nd down and 11. To throw, it's Manning. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Again to Ladini at the gut. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Working from the gun, Manning. Got a man, it's Randy Moss, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Some guys just simply have it, and Randy Moss is one of those guys. His big playability, once again on display right there.
That's what he's known for. He averaged 15.6 yards per reception during his playing days. Highest career yards per catch average for any player with 900 or more. And he'll go down, brought down the 20-yard line. Zach Bourne able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Manning to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Well, here we go. Coach Madden going to turn to his longtime partner in the booth, Pat Summerall, on for the field goal. And this one is right through. And it's 3-0 here in the 2nd quarter. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, Pat Summerall back out to send it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The next possession ready to get going. An exciting game for those here in attendance to see all these great players on the field. But it's also a chance to celebrate our namesake, the coach, John Madden. Some of our younger fans may not know his full story. Before the video game that now bears his name, he was the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. Had some big moments on this field. And he, of course, was on the sidelines Down in Pasadena, Super Bowl 11, when the Silver and Black won their first Super Bowl title, a 32-14 victory over the Minnesota Vikings. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Allen. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way. Going back on offense, Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson in there at running back. And you think back to those Raider teams of the 70s. Coach Madden always loved to run the football, and he had some great running backs to rely on. But no one quite like LT, who he held in high regard. And here's what he had to say about the all-around abilities of the Charger great.
LaDainian Tomlinson is one of the best backs in the league. He has it all. I've watched him, and I thought, I don't know if there's a guy that's better at running and catching and blocking and doing all the things you have to do to be a running back.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. To throw is Manning. That's caught. It's the NFL's all-time leading receiver, Jerry Rice. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
A nice catch there by Jerry Rice. And when you look at the yardage he compiled in his NFL career, it seems staggering at 22,985 yards. But let's put a little context with it.
Yeah, we ran the numbers earlier. Larry Fitzgerald, who was contemplating retirement this past offseason, would need 7 more 1,000-yard seasons to break Jerry Rice's record.
That's context. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Well, the Legends going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Manning. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Manning. Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Manning. will try and do this himself. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Now we know that this is a guy that doesn't run the ball a whole lot, and for good reason. He doesn't exactly have the best wheels in the game. But when the field is open that much, he has to go because the first down is right out there for him.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Manning. Now he's going to step up and run. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. Oh, and that is incomplete. So halftime here in Oakland with the Legends on top. Let's get you over to Scott Hansen quickly with our halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks so much. As you said, the Legends have the halftime lead. Maybe not by as much as some would have thought, though. You wonder if Coach Madden might have a few things to say during the break. As we look at the highlights and the stats, want to remind you that coming up after the game, stick around for the presentation of the turducken to our winners. That might motivate a few folks for the second half. Speaking of which, the third quarter about to kick off, so let's send it back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Scott, thank you. Would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in either of these 2 locker rooms to listen to Coach Madden's speeches as we get set to resume play. So it's the Legends with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is back underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Legends making their way back out on offense with Terrell Owens at wide receiver. Owens, former third-round pick of the 49ers in 1996, and really came out of nowhere. Played at Chattanooga, but he developed into one of the great receivers in NFL history. And Coach Madden always appreciated the different ways in which T.O. could be a factor in a ball game.
Terrell Owens is such a big, strong, powerful guy. You don't always have to get the ball to him deep. You can hand it to him on a reverse, throw it to him on a slant, and he can just run right through the defense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Marlon Humphrey on the defensive side making that look easy from his corner position.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Manning. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Third down and 6. Now Manning. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
First and 10.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Manning. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Operating from the gun. Manning. That's laid out deep for Rice. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Charles and I and all of our crew hope that you are all having a very happy Thanksgiving indeed. And the NFL has done such a great job recognizing today's games as the John Madden Thanksgiving celebration. Those of us of a certain age remember very well John's presence calling games on this great American holiday. And we at EA Sports so proud to do our part to honor Coach and keep his legacy alive. And we know he is looking down, holding that turducken and taking a big bite right now as we celebrate him. Back to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. Allen going to throw. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here's Allen to throw it. And to find the open man, that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Results in a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
He's going to have their hook up here to Chase.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. Now Allen again. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
13 yards.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Up the middle with Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Got a man open. It's Chase. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain there of 21 yards.
Result is a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Throwing now is Allen. To Jefferson on the slant. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. 1 quarter to play. It's football once again here in the East Bay. The fans love it, and we're back after this. This is a special presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. As we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long.
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Touchdown! Jamar Chase, an 11-yard touchdown. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Sanders shaking and baking. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So the legend set to take over on offense once more. And you look at this roster on both sides of the ball. So many Hall of Famers, so many players who truly define excellence in the National Football League. And you just think, how excited would John Madden have been to actually be able to coach this team? I'm reminded of his Hall of Fame speech, 2006, where he talked about how he thought the bronze busts in Canton, once the last guest had left for the day, would talk to each other at night. And somehow I have the feeling he was spot on in that intuition. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Manning. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Manning going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Tomlinson up the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Manning. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Gonzalez. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Back to throw. Manning. Throwing left side. He's got Gronk complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down. Got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as the understanding where they are on the field.
To throw is Manning. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Legends. Mike Olstad, a 5-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made it.
And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead.
14. Visitors 7.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
After the touchdown, here's Summerall to send this one away. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Josh Allen and the offense now. Down by 7. A minute 47 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Allen completes this to Jefferson. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's second down and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Ooh, the juke. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here. Throwing, Allen. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
They'll come up first and 10 here. Here's Allen. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
They'll come up now on second down. To throw is Allen. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
A gain of 14. Result is a first down.
Hey, you've got your first down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
Well, this spinning past him. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Here comes second down. Here's Allen. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Allen. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead.
Makes the score. Visitors 15. Our home team 14.
Boy, you want to talk about guts? Guts is going for 2 when you're down 1 in that spot right there.
Do they not trust their kicker? Did they not feel that it was time to go ahead and do that? Or did they just say, we've got a play on that we're so confident in, we're going to go ahead and do it? I'm going to say they're going to say that in the press conference.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Manning. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Intended for Terrell Owens. Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
One final try now from Manning. Pressure comes and down he goes. So it's a win here at the Coliseum for the NFL Superstars. And after a great night of football, time for the best of traditions. Sure, it's great to lift the Lombardi Trophy, but a close second might be lifting that turducken and taking a big bite after a hard-fought victory. For my partner, Charles Davis, and our entire great crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The NFL Superstars stand tall as we say so long from Northern California.